Just barely outrun this. That was so like I was on my toes the whole time because what's going on, guys? Let's catch you with another little update video. You know, this one's just kind of the what is the state of this channel. I'll tell you right now, it's not going anywhere. If you guys were worried there, it's just what's next. You know, obviously, I don't really have any playthroughs right now. So right now it's just gonna be anything I get my hands on, basically, that I think is quality. If you know. That comes in different forms. Maybe Rainbow Six Siege, if you know, me and the boys ever play again, because you know, other people in our squad have lives and things to do and agendas, unlike me. So the only thing I really have going on, I'm gonna have some college classes coming up, and you know, just some things to do, get through all this quarantine stuff, and you know, just something to do, I guess. I don't know, and I think, you know, look for the first thing to possibly happen. I'm not saying this is a give me.
Hey, an old-fashioned D&E. Gotta love the classics.
The first thing you could look for is possible playthrough of The Last of Us, the second Last of Us. Ooh, did not mean to. Anyway, it's a possibility that I might have a change of heart. I might say, hey, you know, let's give this game a shot, and let's just see where it's gonna go. You know, if the leaks are true, if the leaks aren't, just kind of whatever. Any review outlet that I trust, mostly IGN, or Game Ranks, you know. I really do trust Game Ranks too, because they kind of have the same taste and like the same idea and point of view towards games that I do. Well, most of them do. For instance, like I thought Days Gone was a really good game and had like probably the best open world of the year, and they you know, they do their little own thing of, you know, Game of the Year awards, you know, best whatever and stuff, and they gave Days Gone the best open world and all this stuff. Like some games that I would agree with. Game of the Year, I can't really remember. I think it was Death Stranding. Death Stranding got a lot of awards. I haven't played that game, but because you know, it just didn't seem like my kind of thing. It's just like mailman simulator, basically. But they kind of share some of the same ideas as me, so them or IGN just kind of depends on their review. So look for a and I'm not saying, you know, this is a this is bound to happen. Like, I'm 100% confident that, you know, I'm not be playing through it. Just saying, you know, the first possible playthrough could be The Last of Us Part 2. If not, it'll probably be like Marvel's Avengers. I've been looking forward to this game ever since you know, there was the rumor of the game coming. You know, they said Square Enix had a possible Avengers project, is what it was called at the time. And, you know, ever since that happened, I was like, ooh, you know, obviously Marvel Spider-Man came to fruition before that. Which was interesting because they announced something about the Avengers project like 2015, and I believe it was 2016 E3 was when they released a trailer for. Was that 20? I'm trying to remember because this game came out 2018. Yeah, it would have been 2016 because they had their little trailer, and then the next year they had the little construction site or the like construction site playthrough demo at 2017, and then 2018 you could play the actual game for, you know. So yeah, it was 2016. So 2015 the Avengers project thing was announced. I believe they had like a small teaser trailer where it's like we have to reassemble or whatever, and it showed like Captain America's shield and Iron Man's repulsor, and I think it was Bruce Banner's glasses. Ooh, I like doing this. Hold on. So that was a thing. So I've been looking forward to that game for a while, and now that it's coming out September 4th, I believe. And you know, I'm gonna get it. I'm going to purchase it. I don't know what edition I'm going to get yet. I don't know if that really matters gameplay wise yet. I think the only thing that would change would be the skins that they give you. So yeah. And then definitely Cyberpunk, which comes out like a week or two after, which that's going to be an interesting balance for me. But you know, I welcome the challenge. And you know, that's going to be a fun game to play through. I'm pretty excited for that. You know, it's already projected like game of the year right now with the current. But you know, also, you know, CD Projekt Red has been working their ass off for this game. Like, you can tell they've been working so hard to make this game not another No Man's Sky. Like, and that was my worry for this game was, is it gonna be No Man's Sky? You know, it is held up pretty well so far. With everything I've seen, I am impressed by this game. I'm amped up for this game. I'm hyped for this game. There's not a lot of games like it. First-person RPG and a really huge open world. They've said that it's not as big as The Witcher 3, but it is, you know, pretty decently sized. But it's mostly, the big thing is it's more vertical, which I like. It's like, you know, things are closer, but you know, you have more, quite literally, depth to the map. Literally and figuratively, sorry, you have depth, because there's a lot of sections to the map. There's a lot of different places, and the places adapt to what you do and your choices. And just the way they have talked this game, you know, I'm pretty excited for it. For me, it's on how Marvel's Avengers goes. You know, you haven't really heard much about the story. It's kind of like a X-Men, like, oh, they made a movie about it where it's like in the future and all the mutants are outlawed and they have robots. I can't remember their name. Oh, I can't remember. I want to say it's like colossals or whatever that hunt them down and kill them. So it's like, it's almost kind of like the same thing. It's like almost it's weirdly like what would happen in Captain America Civil War if they took lethal action. You know, superheroes are outlawed and all that stuff. If you guys have watched the A-Day trailer, you know, I highly suggest if you haven't, go watch it because it is pretty good. You know, depending on how that game plays out, it is multiplayer, but you can also play single player too, which is pretty cool that they give you that option. Some people are about this, you know, Spider-Man being single player. And I was like, well, how do you plan on doing that? You know, there's only one Spider-Man, unless you're gonna like pull a Spider-Verse thing out of your ass. There's only one Spider-Man, so it's not like, you know, you're swinging down this road and then boom, you see another Spider-Man pass you. Like, it's just weird, you know. So I'm glad that Insomniac stayed in their lane, and they're like, we know what kind of game this is and we know how we want it. And I trust that Square Enix is the same way with this multiplayer. You know, they're like, you know, we know how this game can operate, and we know that you can have other friends play with you, and, you know, or you can just do it by yourself. So, cool thing. I'm pretty excited, and I really hope that the story and all this stuff plays out really well. I don't know as much about the story. You know, the same thing goes with Cyberpunk 2077. You know, there's not that much about the, you know, you just kind of have to figure it out. You know, pick up as many bits as you can. So for me, it kind of, the way they explained it made me think of Ready Player One. Oh my god, sorry. Ready Player One. Because and you know, it's weird, but in that game, in that movie, the protagonist is looking for the big Easter egg, you know, the one big Easter egg that gives him the like the virtual world, basically. And that's kind of what this reminds me of. How they said that you're looking for a one-of-a-kind, like, implant or whatever, you know. So that's what that kind of made me. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this game, other than really good things. You know, I expect it to be really good. That was pretty self-explanatory the first time. Anyway, they haven't put out an official release date. They've just said that it's kind of been, it was like indefinitely delayed. They haven't put out when for sure. But I'm still guessing it's gonna be this year. Watch Dogs Legions. I enjoyed the first two very much. You know, the way that this one's gonna go, the permadeath, you have to recruit people to your cause, and all sorts of stuff, you know, like, the depth for this game, you know, like, the amount of depth that has to go into this game for recruiting, like, you know, that kind of recruiting thing. You have to know people's backgrounds, you have to know their tendencies, you have to know all sorts of stuff. So, that makes me feel like, one thing I'm worried about, is it gonna get repetitive with that? I kind of trust Ubisoft. I know that might be a crazy thing to say. I trust Ubisoft to make it fresh every time. You know, maybe after maybe after a year or two, like, maybe, yeah, I'll get repetitive then, but the amount of depth that they have had to put into this game for that, excites me. And you know, I love games that kind of have that sense of depth. Um, like that's how I feel towards Cyberpunk. If you watch the trailers, just the NPCs in the community or in the city, how they react, you know, and they're going on about their own lives and stuff. It's kind of how this game is. It's just not as in depth, you know, like you don't really hear as much from them, mostly because you're swinging. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. And so yeah, that's kind of what to look for in this channel, are those 4 games. You know, obviously if there's a game that really catches my eye, I've been thinking about getting Predator's Hunting Ground. I don't know, I was really kicking around and kind of just like, you know what, I'll wait and see what it's like. I'll watch some people play it and stuff. Like, I don't know, nothing's really convinced me yet to get it. Like, so yeah, that's just kind of where I stand right now. So expect just some random clips, random videos for a bit. But I trust you. Some solid playthrough content are going to be coming soon. And did I just say trust you? I mean, I meant I assure you. I honestly don't know what I'm saying at this point. My mouth is really dry, and my throat is really dry because I have not drank anything in the since like 2 minutes before I started this video. So yeah, my mouth is dry. So yeah, that's what the state of the channel is gonna be like for the rest of the year. I did not know I could do that till just now, and that was really fucking cool. I didn't even mean to do that. I just went to go perch somewhere. So, you know, I kind of want to do this real quick, and then I'll end the video. Just to give you guys something other than just swinging around. Hold on. No. Boom. Gosh, that's why I'm so excited to play. Oh, these guys aren't ready to play a different game like Cyberpunk that's open world. Just to. Oh wow, they are. Alright, I bet you guys $5 I can do this without getting touched. Here we go. Boom. 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 Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. See this guy? Boom. See this guy? Boom. Boom. Oh. I told you guys, I could do this without getting touched.
Vintage crime stopping right there.
Anyway, that is how well I've gotten into the combat of this game. So yeah, I definitely need something new to play at this point. And so yeah, that is all I have for now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hold on, let me get to a perch spot. Peace.
I'll be here for the night, don't have to think twice. I'll be oh so nice, I have to think twice. I'll be here for the night, don't have to think twice. I'll be oh so nice, I have to think twice. I'll be here for the night. Travel far, moving with the seasons, go to Panama, then on to Ibiza. Didn't take that long, had no time for weeping. Fingernails like claws on my clothes, you keeping. You'll store your bag, think it had a reason. Can't remember shit, but I got a feeling. Play you all my songs, and I'm blown out speaker. Did we work it up? Can't remember either. Running in circles, not feeling okay. Act like imposters, we play crying all day. Last night we talked all about holidays. One day we'll get all this and get away for the night. Don't have to think twice, I'll be oh so nice. I have to think twice, I'll be here for the night. Don't have to think twice, I'll be oh so nice.